Hello everyone, I am Dr. S. Satyapriya, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Science at St. Joseph College, Trichy. Today I will talk about structured query language, its backbone of relational database system. Let's start the concept with an example. Imagine you are visiting a library. You ask the librarian, "Can I see all books by J.K. Rowling?" The librarian retrieves the records from the database of books. SQL acts like that librarian, helping us interact with databases to retrieve, add, update, or delete information. In this session, we will cover what SQL is and its purpose, types of SQL commands, real-world applications, some examples to see SQL in action. Let's begin the session by understanding what SQL is. Structured query language, simply called as SQL, it's a standard language used to interact with relational database. It used to manage and manipulate relational database. The main purpose are retrieve data, insert, update and delete records and manage database structures. Think of a database as an organized collection of tables, just like how an XML sheet organizes data into rows and columns. SQL allows us to ask questions or perform operations on this data. For example, a restaurant database might store customer details, menu items, and order histories. SQL help us answer queries like who ordered paneer butter masala today? What is the total revenue generated this week? How many customers visited the restaurant this month? SQL is popular because of its features. It has several features that make it indispensable. The common features are high level language, portability, wide range of data types, and comprehensive functionality. It means SQL provides commands for data definition, manipulation, and transaction control. High level language means SQL focuses on what you want to do achieve rather than how to do it. For example, to find all customers who visited the restaurant today, you write a simple query and SQL handles the technical details. Portability means SQL is supported by most database systems like MySQL, PostgreSQL, and Oracle, making it versatile. Wide range of data types means SQL supports text, numbers, dates, images, and even videos, allowing it to manage diverse types of data. SQL commands are categorized into four main groups. The first one is data definition language. It defines database structure. It's simply called DDL. And second one is DML, that is data manipulation language. It works with the data stored in tables. And third one is data control language, simply called DCL. It controls user access to data. And final one is transaction control language, simply known as TCL. It manages transaction to ensure data consistency. These are the four main commands of SQL. We understand this concept with simple example. Think of these commands as the different roles in a restaurant. Like a DDL is like the architect who designs the restaurant layout, and DML is the chef preparing and serving food. DCL is the manager granting or restricting access to the kitchen. TCL is a quality inspector ensuring everything runs smoothly. So these are the different roles in a restaurant application. Same like that, these commands act as different roles in the different applications. Let's understand these commands one by one in detail. First one is data definition language. First of all, what is DDL? It's a category of SQL commands used to define, create, modify, and delete database structure. It focuses on the design and organization of tables, schemas, and database objects. DDL commands do not handle data directly but deal with the framework where data resides. The common DDL commands are create, alter, drop, truncate. Let's discuss with the concept in simple algorithm. Think of it as a setting up a restaurant. Before opening for customers, you need to decide on the layout, where the tables will go, how the kitchen will be organized, and how many sections there will be. Similarly, DDL commands help you to set up layout of your database. First command is create command. It is used to create a new table in the database. The purpose of this command is to define the structure of table including the column names, their data types and constraints like a primary key. The general format of create command to create one table is create table, table name, column names with their data types. We can use any names for as a column name, and also we can use any column name as a column names. Consider an example. Imagine you are building a restaurant management system. You need a table to store menu items. Each item needs a unique ID, a name, a price, and category like drinks or main course. The create table command allows you to structure this data in a database. The command will be like this: create table, table name. Here table name is menu and different columns, item ID, item name, price, category with their types. Then the output will be like this. It's in the table format. The data structure will be created in the database. The next command is alter command. It used to modify the structure of an existing table, and it's allow you to add a new columns, modifying existing columns, drop columns and rename columns or to add a new column in the table, we have to follow some general structure. The syntax for adding new column in the table is alter table, table name, the keyword add, and column name data type is constraints if any. Consider an example restaurant system. After launching your restaurant system, you realize that you want to add a description field for each menu item, like description to the dish. You can use alter table command to modify the table by adding the description column. The command is alter table menu. Here the menu is table name, and I am adding another one column to describe the items. So the column name is here description. I am adding new column, so I need to use the add keyword. So add description. It's a column name. So always the column name comes with the type. The type is varchar and the limited values. So this is the command for creating or adding column in the table. The drop table statement completely removes an existing table from the database along with all of its record. This command is used when you no longer need the table or want to remove it completely. Once the table is dropped, all the data within it is also deleted and the structure is removed from the database. The syntax for dropping table: drop table, table name. Consider an example. If you decided to revamp your restaurant system and no longer want to store any menu information, you could use the drop table command to remove the menu table entirely. The command for removing menu table is drop table, table name is menu here. The truncate table is used to delete all rows from a table but leaves the structure intact. It always differs from delete command because unlike delete, truncate does not generate individual row deletion logs and is generally faster because it does not log each deletion. However, both truncate and delete are used to remove data from a table. The syntax for truncate command is truncate table, table name. Consider an example. If suppose your restaurant order table contains old records and you want to remove all the records, you can use truncate to empty the table, but the table structure will remain intact. The command for this scenario is truncate table orders. Here orders is table name. And second command is data manipulation language. It's a subset of SQL. It's used to manage and manipulate data within database tables. It allows users to interact with the data stored in the database by retrieving, inserting, and updating and deleting records. The key DML operations are select, insert, update, and delete. Select command used to retrieve data from one or more tables. Insert command used to insert a new data into a table. Update command used to modify existing data in the table. Delete command used to remove data from the tables. As I told earlier, the purpose of select command is used to retrieve data from one or more tables. If we want to retrieve any data from a table, we need to follow the structure like Select column 1, column 2, etc. from table name where if any condition. Consider an example. Imagine you are building restaurant's digital menu. You want to show only the main course items priced under 15 rupees. This query allows you to filter and display these items to your customers only. The query will be select item name, price, category from menu where category equal to main course and price less than 15. Here item name, price, category or the columns names, and then the table name is menu. Condition have two conditions have given. The category must equal to main course and the price must be less than 50. Insert command allows you to insert a new record into a table. For inserting new record into a table, the syntax for insert into table name, column 1, column 2, etc. Values of value 1, value 2, etc. Consider an example. If you are adding a new item pizza to the table menu of your restaurant, the insert statement allows you to specify all relevant details like the item ID, name, price, category, and description. Now the database has a new row for pizza in a menu table. The query will be insert into menu, item ID, item name, price, category description, and then their values. Update command used to change one or more columns of existing records that matches certain condition. The syntax for updating set of values into the table is update table set column equal to value 1, column 2 equal to value 2, etc. where condition. We can change number of columns based on the condition. Consider an example. After reviewing the price in your menu, you decide to update the price of pizza to 13.99. The update command ensures that the correct price is set without affecting other items on the menu. The query will be update menu set price equal to 13.99 where item name equal to pizza. After executing this query, the price value of pizza is updated. Delete statement used to remove one or more records from a table. The main purpose of this command is allows you to delete rows based on a condition. The syntax for deleting command is delete from table name where condition. Consider an example. If an item, for example a dish with item equal to 2, is no longer on the menu or has been discontinued, you can use delete command to remove the particular item from the menu. The query will be delete from menu where item ID equal to 2. DCL is a subset of SQL that deals with the permission and access control for database objects. It primarily includes the following two commands that are grant and revoke. Grant is used to assign specific privilege to users or roles. Revoke is used to remove privilege that were previously granted. The syntax for grant and revoke are grant privilege name on object name to user name, revoke privilege name on object name from username. Consider the example of restaurant system. You can grant restaurant staff permission to view the menu and add new items to the menu but not to delete or update existing system. This command ensures that they have the required access to perform their duties. The query will be grant select insert on menu to restaurant staff. As well as if you decide that the restaurant staff should no longer be able to add items to the menu, you can use the revoke command to remove their insert privilege. The query will be revoke insert on menu from restaurant staff. TCL commands are used to manage transactions in a database. A transaction is a sequence of operations performed as a single unit. TCL helps ensure data integrity and consistency. The main TCL commands are commit, rollback, and save point. The syntaxes for TCL commit, rollback, save point name. The commit statement is used to save all changes made during the current transaction permanently to the database. That is, once a transaction is successfully completed, commit ensures that all changes made during the transaction are saved to database. It makes changes permanent and visible to all others. For example, after adding multiple new items to the menu items, you can use commit to save these changes to the database. This ensures that the new items are added permanently and cannot be undone unless explicitly rolled back in a new transaction. We can use the statement like a commit. Roll back the statement, it undoes all changes made during the current transaction, reverting the database to its state before the transaction began. It helps in maintaining data integrity by preventing partial or unwanted changes from being committed. Example, if you are made a mistake while updating the prices of menu items, you can use rollback to undo all the changes made during the transaction and revert to the previous state of the database. You can use rollback command as the rollback. Save point command creates a checkpoint within a transaction, allowing you to roll back to that specific point if needed. It allows you to make a point in the transaction where you can return later, which is useful when you want to undo only part of transaction rather than all of it. After creating a save point, you can use or issue a rollback to save point to undo only the changes made after that point, leaving earlier changes intact. For example, while adding several menu items, you create a save point after inserting fried rice. If a mistake is made later, you can roll back only the changes after fried rice while keeping the earlier updates. SQL is everywhere. Let's see some practical examples. In e-commerce, SQL used to manage product inventories and customer orders. For example, Amazon uses SQL to update stock levels after a purchase. In banking, it used to tracking transaction and customer details. Whenever you transfer money, the bank uses SQL to update balances. In education field, SQL used to store and retrieve students' details. Your attendance records and mark sheets are managed with SQL. In healthcare, SQL used to maintain patients' records and appointment schedules. For example, doctor accesses medical histories stored in a database using SQL. Why learn SQL? As we discussed earlier, SQL plays a vital role in various applications because it's too simple and easy to learn. SQL is always straightforward and uses plain English like commands, making it easy for beginners to grasp. For example, a command like select star from books is simple and intuitive, and you do not need to be a programming expert to understand its function. And then it's very efficient for managing large data sets because SQL is designed to handle large amounts of data efficiently. Whether you have thousands or millions of records, SQL can help you retrieve, update, and delete data quickly using well optimized queries. This makes it is an essential tool for large scale applications like banking systems, e-commerce websites, and social media platforms. And it ensures data accuracy and integrity by enforcing rules that maintain data accuracy and integrity. Constraints like a primary key, foreign key, and not null help ensure that your data is consistent and reliable. This means, for example, you won't accidentally add duplicate records or violate relationship between different sets of data. And finally, it supports multi-user environment. It's designed to handle multiple users accessing the database simultaneously without causing conflicts. It ensures that when several people or system are querying or modifying data at the same time, the operations do not interface with one another, ensuring smooth and efficient performance. That's why SQL is very efficient in many of the field. These are the major advantages of SQL. In the conclusion, SQL is the backbone of relational database and it allows us to manage and manipulate data with ease by using various commands like DDL, DML, DCL, and TCL. And it used extensively in industries like banking, e-commerce, education, and healthcare. In this session, we have covered what SQL is, features and types of commands, real-world applications. As future tech professionals, mastering SQL is a stepping stone toward building efficient systems. Remember, data is the new oil and SQL is the tool to refine it. Thank you, and I hope this session gives you a solid foundation to explore SQL further.